Our story starts in central New York at the beginning of the 19th century. After the American Revolution, much of the land in the area was allocated as payment to the brave soldiers who fought to win America's independence. There was a man named Russell Leonard who was born about 1808. His fifth great-grandfather, Solomon Leonard, had come to America in the mid-1630s, just a few years after the Mayflower. Solomon's wife's grandparents were Mayflower passengers, James and Sarah Chilton. Around 1829, Russell married a young woman named Sophronia Barrell, and they probably lived in Port Byron, in Cayuga County. Their son Charles Russell Leonard was born on December 23, 1830. We are told he was born in Union Springs, but we haven't found any evidence to prove it. In 1833, Sophronia was pregnant with their daughter, Jeanette Leonard. It was around that time Russell reportedly left to go by land in Michigan Territory on the first day of November, 1833. I believe baby Jeanette was born soon after he left. Sophronia and the children waited patiently for Russell to return, so they could all move to Michigan and start their new lives together. They waited for 6 months. Finally, Sophronia went down to Auburn and placed a missing persons ad in the Cayuga Patriot newspaper. It read, "Information wanted, my husband Russell Leonard, who left Lockport, on the first day of November last, for the purpose of purchasing land in the territory of Michigan, has not been heard from since. Any information given of the said Leonard, will be thankfully received of his wife and children. Editors of newspapers at the West, will confer a favor by inserting the above. Direct to the postmaster at Port Byron, Cayuga County, New York. Signed, Sophronia Leonard, May 2, 1834. We don't know if Sophronia ever learned Russell's fate, but being a single mother in those days was nearly impossible. She married a man named Thomas Knapp, on September 11, 1837, in Genoa, about 27 miles south of Port Byron. When the census was taken in 1840, Thomas Knapp's household was counted on the census in Scipio. The 1840 census didn't provide the names of all the home's occupants, only the head of household. Only the gender and age of the occupants is given, and it appears that Jeanette lived in the Knapp home in 1840, but Charles didn't. He would have been 9 or 10 years old, and there were no boys that age in the home. Maybe he went to live with his father's parents. Many of Charles's descendants have spent years trying to learn more about his father's family, but it seems the only possible answer is that Russell's parents were Joshua and Hannah Leonard, who lived in nearby Venice, which had been a part of Scipio until 1823. There was a boy fitting Charles's age in Joshua's home in 1840 when the census was taken, so it seems logical it was Charles. If he wasn't with his mother, and his father was gone, where else would he go? Thomas and Sophronia Knapp had 9 known children, 5 sons and 4 daughters. When the Civil War broke out, her husband and 3 of her sons enlisted to fight the Confederates. Charles may have enlisted too. After the war, her son, Private Dewey Knapp, didn't return. He died on April 24, 1865, at the Fort Monroe General Hospital in Virginia, and is buried in Hampton National Cemetery in Hampton City, Virginia. Thomas Knapp died in 1869 and Sophronia lived until 1883. She died at her daughter's home in Moravia at the age of about 68 years. She is buried in Union Springs. Charles Russell Leonard married Mary Polly Brown before 1854, and they lived in Genoa, when the New York State Census was taken in 1855. They had a son, Joseph Leonard, who was said to have been born on a houseboat on Cayuga Lake. Charles and Mary had a total of 11 known children. They may all be gone, but their descendants are many. We can't forget them. They're in our DNA.